When we come back, we'll talk to a first-time business owner. That's next when Shop Talk returns. Welcome back to Shop Talk. After years of working as an employee for a company, interior designer Ayet chose to put up her own business alone and grow it without boundaries. And tonight, she shares her vision in business and in designs. Hi, Ayet. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Surya. Thank you for having me.
Good to have you here. Amazing, actually. You graduated from UP Diliman. You took interior design. And you graduated what again?
Cum laude.
Wonderful.
I actually graduated second highest of our graduating batch of interior design and ranked fifth from the graduating class of 2007. And then after that, 2008, I took up the board exams and I passed.
Okay. And I understand the name of your business is derived from your...
My PRC license number, actually. It's 1528. I'm actually the type of person who wants the design to speak out for themselves because the designs are a reflection of my client's tastes and personality. So it's better if talagang they are the ones who are in the front of my business because they are my priority.
Exactly. Because, I mean, otherwise then all the stuff you design is going to be your taste, or it might possibly all look the same, right? So how do you strike the balance between what is truly aesthetically pleasing and what your client wants? You know, what if your client wants something and you're like, no, that's not going to look so good? How do you fix that?
Well, instead of telling them the negative side, you tell them what's the positive about your suggestions. Instead of saying na it's not going to look good, you say na maybe this is going to look better if you put this, or maybe you suggest items that are more functional and maybe more useful for them in the future.
Okay, so take us through the process that you go through with every client.
Okay. I have the design process. First is the schematic design. The schematic design is basically the conceptualization and getting all the requirements from the client. It also includes site visits, research, and then after that we present the design, including the material board, the floor plan, all the perspectives, the interior renderings, and then when we get the comments back from the client, it's the design development phase already. So that's basically the revisions, all the comments, maybe suggestions, internal reviews, and then we have the client sign off. It's important to have the client sign off. We need to have the signature from the client, so at least in the future we have that reference that this is approved, all the materials have been approved, so at least we won't get into any troubles in the future. And then after that, we go to construction documentation, basically doing all the drawings, the details needed by the bidders, the contractors, the laborers, the workers on site. And then during project construction and coordination, I also go around looking for furniture pieces, accessories, window treatments, and I also do site visits. And then after everything has been done, before we turn it over to the client, I do punch listing because that's also important. And then after that goes the turnover and the styling and the staging.
Okay, the styling and the staging are like all the little details,
yes.
sort of like what you've done here on the set, right? With the throw pillows and the picture frames and the candles and stuff like that. Okay, so how do interior designers these days charge?
Well, it depends actually. Some charge per square meter, some charge on a lump sum cost, and some charge on a percentage of the total project cost. So it really depends on the size of the project or the scope of work that is being required.
Okay, so you yourself do all three depending on what type of project?
Yes, it really depends on the project. Because sometimes we have very small projects, so that doesn't really count as a per project cost. So it really depends,
Okay, and what type of clients do you have? Are you doing mostly residentials, mostly condos, or you do everything?
Right now, I mostly do residential projects, condominium units, and houses. Condos are actually the number one in-demand projects right now because we have a lot of ongoing real estate developments being built. But I also do retail, commercial projects, and institutional, and even some hospitality projects. I also do tie-ups with other companies, so for consultation.
But for you personally, what's most fun to do?
Residential, actually. Residential, be it condo, be it house. It really shows the client's personality. So and sometimes the client tends to, like, for example, in the corporate side, they're very makulit, they're very straightforward. But if they go into their, when they talk about their condos, their houses, they're really very personal. So that's when I really get to know them better on a more personal side. So that's what I really love the most about them, because I really get to be a part of their family. So sometimes even on Christmas.
Yeah, it sounds like a great way to
Yes,
actually get
it
to
is.
know and meet people.
Yes, I love meeting people.
Right. Okay. Now, speaking of your career, after you graduated, you did work for some firms
Yes.
before, right?
I worked for 1.5 years at an interior design firm in Marikina, and then after that, after I took up the board exam and passed, I worked for another interior design and architecture firm, international interior design architecture firm in Makati, and then I also did another job in another interior design firm in Makati, also both doing corporate jobs, corporate services.
Okay, but at what point did you say, okay, enough of this, I want to go it alone, I want to have my own firm with my own name? And
Well, my philosophy, like every other designer, is create, innovate, inspire. So I want to create habitable and functional interiors, and I want to innovate new ideas, and lastly, I want to inspire other people. So I think that with my philosophy, I can discover that and maximize my capabilities more if I go solo. And I also realized that since there's a big boom in the construction industry, so that's the reason why, yes, this is the right time. I'll take the leap of faith, and this is it. I'm here.
okay, obviously you're going to do all the design stuff
Yeah.
that you mentioned earlier,
Design,
but I mean, a design firm has so many other things that need to be done. You have your accounting and your
Yes.
HR and your this and your that. How do you do that as well?
Well, I have my accountants. Since I'm still on a solo flight, so it's basically really just me. I also have partners, but they're mostly my colleagues, so I ask help from them. My mentors are there to guide me along the way. They teach me the business side of interior design. So it's really not just about design, making things functional, making things workable and making it beautiful, but there's also the business side of it. So that's what my mentors have taught me. Also.
How important is it to be in a job or in your own firm where you are pretty much alone? How important is it to have mentors?
They really guide you from the start, and they really inspire you. They're the ones who actually push you to know your capability and to believe in your capability. And yeah, and then at the end, you'll be thankful for them to have met them along the way. Actually, my mentors were actually my past superiors, so in my other company. So they really pushed me to do this because they believed also in me. So that's why I believe
Very
in
nice,
myself.
and they still help you out. You can
Yes.
still go to them.
Yes.
Okay, an important aspect of being an interior designer is being able to market your firm.
Yes.
And as you said, you're mostly on your own. So how do you market yourself?
Well, I have my social media accounts. I have my own website. It's design1528.com. My social media accounts I'm available in Facebook, in Twitter, Instagram. Basically, just make yourself known. Because as interior designers, we're actually limited to just showing off our portfolio. Putting up advertisements is actually a no-no for interior designers. So that's what really sets us different from them is we have our portfolios and we can share our portfolios, and the future clients can see our capabilities through our portfolios.
So social media is actually really
Yes.
important for you guys, right?
Actually, most of my clients are online inquiries.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, before I let you go, of course, you have to tell us the latest trends in interior design. If we want to make our homes look nice and current, what are your maybe top 3 tips for designing?
Well, I'm going to start discuss about a little bit here about what I did for the set. Right? So since it's already the Burr month and we're going more in the autumn shade, I opted to go for an autumn colorful palette. So these are a secondary color scheme with a little bit of metal, like and then some
Walls over
yes,
here.
metal, white, yeah, colors.
And
Still don't forget the colors.
Right, the rich jewel tones
Yes,
behind you,
yes,
right?
the metallic ones and the whites. So to make it soft, you use whites, and then just to contrast it a little bit, you do the black ones also for accent. There.
Okay, so like the black and white candle holders, the black
Yes.
platter here, and there's a bit of like the dark floral
Yes,
thing,
for the,
right?
yes.
Right behind you. Okay, great tips to remember. Ayet,
Okay.
thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you,
on the
Miss
show.
Tia.